Okay. Welcome to the very first episode of my Opinionated podcast featuring me, West Meets World, and my boy,
Ryan, the car guy, aka the smoker.
All right. So we got a little bit in store for you today. Like I said, this is our first show. Here we will talk about anything. We will just whatever comes to our mind. So look out. This is going to be great. And here we go.
Well, first thing we're gonna do is start off by smoking this blunt.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get a kick. And yeah, man, I don't know, Wes, man. I'm not really feeling these swishers though, man. Like, I don't know, I got weed falling out of it. I don't know, man. Maybe my blunt skills ain't the best, but this just ain't for me, man. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a. I feel like both are true, but like, matter of fact, let me go ahead and light this underneath here so it don't, leak or whatever. But I don't know, man. I'm not really a swisher person. Well, I guess we both aren't really swisher people.
they always get fucked up, man. I don't know, dude. Like every time I get a swisher, like it's something always going wrong. The paper falls apart. I don't know, man. It's not my thing.
I'm more of a wraps kind of guy. I can't say the brand because we ain't getting paid by them, but like, but they work really well. But just by the way, just wanted to shout this out here. My boy Sauce God, he's the one who provided me with this strain here today. So shout out to Sauce God over there. So anywho,
What's the strain?
This is Original OG.
Okay, that is a sativa.
It's more of a hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But it don't put you to sleep, so that's the good.
That's
I'm
always a good thing.
always working,
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and light this
Can
one.
never beat a hybrid, man. Can never beat a hybrid.
Oh, absolutely not, man. Like the hybrids, it's like the best of both worlds. Hybrids,
Yeah, man. But
that's true. I mean, I would say, it's good to have both.
Yeah,
like me, I need to try to sleep or whatever. Like, and I don't got nothing to do. Then yeah, of course.
you get that body high.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: there's, a wise guy once told me that you always want to do your sativas during the day, indicas at night.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I'll go to if I take some indica, I'll go to sleep, be night. But like sativa though, I'm up, I'm active, I'm probably writing something, writing a comedy skit, something, So it's cool. That's when I'll just talk about just a whole bunch of just random stuff that I like. Well, hell, what we about to do today? Just just with a microphone in front of us.
Right.
So, what would you say, right, is the highest you ever got?
Highest I ever got. Man. You know what?
Hey, listener.
I'm gonna say this. I'll talk about a few occasions because there's a couple occasions where I've been insanely high for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk about the time where I was with Christian McHale, and I did my first dab.
My audience doesn't know him. He's a person from our city. But go ahead.
Yes. I was with Christian McHale, and it was like 4 weeks ago, man. 3-4 weeks ago. It was recent. You know what I'm saying? I finally did a dab. Man, look, like, I never thought that I could be fucked up like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's on a different level, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see the blowtorch and shit, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, man, he's got the wax and he's putting it in there, and I'm like, all right, man, this shit is about to be crazy, man. So, Chris is in the background, coaching me. Oh, no, don't take too much of a big hit, though, man. It ain't good for you. This your first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, man, you're kind of making me nervous, but I'm going to do it. So, I finally do it. I get the blowtorch, it's my turn. I take that hit. I took a mid-size hit. Man, look, it was like a bong times 10, man. Like it really fucked me up. I get back to the couch, man. It's like time froze, though, man. That was it. Like, time just froze. I sit at the couch, and I'm just there. And I look at this dude, man. I look at Christian, and I'm like, hey, man, take me the fuck home right now, dude. Like, I don't even want to be around here being high like this. I want to go home and enjoy this shit.
I'm going home.
So, I'm going home.
I'm going home.
I'm going home. Guys. So, I get home. I start talking to this girl, man. You know what I'm saying? We had just started talking like that day or whatever. It's off that Facebook dating app shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're talking and shit, and she's like, "Yeah, you trying to FaceTime?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, man, damn, like, I don't know if it's a good idea to FaceTime somebody."
Put your eyes red and you don't want to.
Oh man, I'm like insanely high though. I'm tweaking the fuck out. Like, damn, like, so like, shit, man. I go home. I just say, "Fuck it, I'm doing it, man." 2 minutes into the conversation. And I asked her, I'm like, "Man, how do you feel about people smoking weed?" She was like, "Man, I already knew you was high as hell as soon as you answered the phone. I knew you was high as hell." And I'm like, "Damn, I'm really that high." That is probably in. Are you done? Oh.
Yeah, I'm passing it.
Okay. That was probably in my top 3 highest times I ever. Like, I've never been that high. Like, I got other ones, man, but
That was that crazy story.
No, the craziest story is when the craziest high I've ever had was when I did this sativa about 2 months ago. My dude's wife gave it to me, man. She gave me a little dime bag or whatever. And man, dude, oh my god, man! Between that time and me having my first real edible, I've never been that. Those are the times I've been that high. Those were the top ones. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that.
I feel you. I think I got like a top 2 because it was like 2 different types of experiences myself. The first one I'll say is when I was, what was I, like when I started like 18, something like that. I started late, but when I started, I was just, we all just smoking Reggie. Then I moved up.
Ooh, the Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie was good for you back. It's just like as far as liquor back in the day, like Wild Irish Rose would get you right. So like,
yeah, you couldn't just go into that. Like,
like you couldn't just start off with loud, right? So like, but like one time I did. So when I finally did, like I was smoking with a cousin of mine, and then all of a sudden, like I was just stuck. And I think it was like 6 o'clock, right? And like I'm sitting there in my mind, like I'm picturing myself getting up. Like, it's all playing out in my head of me getting up and, like, carrying on. But, like, long story short, I didn't move out that spot for 4 hours. So, like,
no shit.
Like it was like 4 hours before I could move out of that spot. Because it was, like, 6 when we started, dog. It was, like, 10 o'clock, nighttime, all that. Like, by the time I was able to get up.
You know what's crazy about that shit? Let's go back to the Reggie part. The Reggie part, like... Like, we smoke Reggie today, we get headaches. Like, that shit don't even do anything for you anymore.
I couldn't do it.
I could.
No, I would get mad.
That's like going back to E&J or Irish Rose.
That's what I said. Yeah, exactly, man. It's like I would legitimately get upset if someone ever presented me with Reggie. Like if I started seeing all these seeds and remember they like pop and then start seeing the stems and all. Like, I would legitimately get upset. I couldn't do it. So like, so yeah, nah, screw Reggie. Never again. But I'll say the other time though, besides that time, well, I think I finally was able to like even go home at like midnight. Another time though was when I tried that gas mask for the first time. Yeah, bro. That one. See, like the other one was cool because I was just chill or whatever. Like it was just a different experience. That I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt like I was about to die.
Yeah. Like
I was like, get this off me, man. I can't breathe. Like, I'm sitting there, like, flailing my arms, like, and then they finally get it off, and it's just, like, I felt like nothing was moving. Like, I don't even feel like my heart was moving. I would just stop. Like, man, I was just, like, I can't go. I'm good. I don't, like, so, yeah, that was, well, overall, my experiences have been great, and that's why I'm doing it right now. So, oh man. So yeah, now we just wanted to talk about some, rake ganja real quick, But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead. Hey, you like what you're hearing? You want us to keep going? Well, guess what? Me too. So why don't you go ahead and help us out? Go ahead and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WesUsMedia. there you can go ahead and help us out, and we'll even give you exclusive content, and depending on your tier we give you some of our content early. So go ahead and visit our Patreon again at patreon.com/Wes S Media. Thank you.
People remember this. The movie Sinbad. The movie, not Sinbad. The movie where Sinbad was
the genie.
The genie, right? Well,
Right.
Apparently they're saying that movie never existed.
It didn't. No one can remember it. It didn't exist.
I don't believe that shit.
But like, no one knows a plot point from that movie.
Because it was a terrible movie.
I mean, probably, but like Kazam was, which is the one people be thinking about, was a terrible movie, but we still at least remember the concept. I think we're like mixed.
I don't even remember the concept of that because it was so shit.
It was a dude, like it was Shaq as a genie, and then he met the little white kid, and then the little white kid was eventually like wished for him to be a jinn, and then he turned into like the more powerful version or something like that. It was something along those lines.
Yeah, man.
But that's the movie y'all thinking, I swear. Like, but it was just that
because the Sinbad movie came out first.
But Sinbad is just like, he just was around that time. Even Sinbad himself has said this movie never existed.
I don't believe him.
But you don't know nobody who owns it. You think no one bought a copy?
I think they got lost in circulation, man. They just
every person's version.
Yeah, like because it wasn't released that long. They just cut off from making that shit. Can't get no copies of it anymore.
I know. You know what it is also? Because I know there's a picture out of him in that genie outfit that people be thinking about. But I looked it up, right?
It's off of the Comedy Central.
Well, I don't know if it was on Comedy Central, but he did like a parody of it, making fun of it himself.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, is what people kind of picturing.
No.
He said, "Nah, that's real."
Like for real. Like Ryan was talking about how like alternate universes and shit, bro. Like I'm like, dude. You're tripping me the fuck out, but that's interesting. You know what I'm saying?
This is
like
definitely a hits blunt conversation.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like there's no way, man. That movie fucking existed, bro. Like there's no like. Okay, so you know Monopoly?
Oh yeah.
Example. You know with the glass. With
he
the
never had a monocle,
he
bro.
Never had a monocle. No, yes he did.
No, he didn't.
They just stopped making them.
No, you just think you confusing him with Mr. Peanut.
No, I'm not.
You are.
That nigga was on the game like this. With a fucking monocle.
Bro, we got Monopoly right there.
Yeah, like, that's probably new.
I'm
talking about back in the day when we were like 7.
Bro,
6.
I looked. I could never find a copy.
Of course, it's done. They will never let you see it again. They're fucking with us, man. We're like an experiment, bro.
Bro, I don't know. There's a couple of them that did legit get me. The one that really kind of got me was that Berenstein. You know, we always called it the Berenstein Bears and stuff. But then we find out it was really like Berenstain, which is not that much of a, different. I mean, it's obviously a spelling difference, but like, I just kind of like, I don't want to say I felt racist, but we just always assumed it was Stein, like, because that's a common, like, Jewish name, and I thought that was kind of where they was going. They're doing Bears because their last name really was Berenstain. Right. So
I got another one for you.
What's that?
How you spell Looney Tunes?
Oh, well, I know it's not Looney.
No, that part's right.
So that is how it really was?
No, but how do you spell the tunes?
Oh, the tunes. Okay, that was Toons.
No, it's Tunes. No, but I agree with the first one you said. Like, they're saying.
They spelled it differently.
They were saying it was never spelled Toons.
I forgot I did hear that one. That's trippy. Because it's like, but I think that's what, I know I'm trying to explain them, but like, I think that one is that we just expect it to be, like, in that context, it should be tunes. Because it's a cartoon. Like, but it's not tunes, it's like music.
It was tunes.
No, I know it was Tunes, right?
No, it was Toons, but they're saying it was actually Tunes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's because tunes makes more sense. Like, because Tunes, the ones that they actually use, doesn't really make sense because, like, it's not like the shows were about music.
Yeah, like, but isn't that crazy that they're saying it was never tunes?
Yeah.
That's really fucking weird, man. Like, some trippy shit, man.
It's another one, like, where people think it's called, like, Jiffy peanut butter, but it's actually called Jif peanut butter. Yeah.
See, I don't believe that either. Because I seen the Jiffy, man.
Dude, no, we haven't. We seen Jiffy like the cornbread.
Hey, man, and that's why they were saying it's like alternate universes. Because some part of me did see that shit, bro.
I feel like we let's go ahead and tell the audiences, for the people who don't know, like what the Mandela effect is based off of. So the Mandela effect is based off of Nelson Mandela. So people just like all over, because he served a long time in prison. So people thought for some reason, they remember seeing on TV back in the early 90s that he died, right? But the man didn't actually die until, like, I want to say around maybe 2006. But
later than that.
Was it later than that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know, man. Sometimes time's a blur. But like, so even if it's later than that, but everyone swears that they remember him. So people were shocked. They was like, "Oh, I thought he died back then." So what people think is like the explanation for it is that
they look that up, man.
Okay. People thought that it was about that, like I said, people remember seeing like the images and videos and stuff of like a big ceremony, but it was just celebrating the fact that he got released from prison. It had nothing to do with him dying. But people saw that, they remember that, and then like, I mean, he's an old man. He was an old man, so people just thought he died.
I was right. He died in 2013.
Oh, 2013. Okay, yeah. So, I was 7 years off, but like,
now, we just didn't think he would live that long.
I mean,
They already thought he was dead.
They thought he was dead. Like, so if that's 2013, they thought he had already been dead for what? That's 21 years, but he wasn't. So it's just kind of like, so ever since then, like, people have noticed there different little things like that. He mentioned like the Monopoly Man. Everyone thought he had a monocle, but he really didn't. And then what's some other ones? I'm trying to think, because I actually looked this up one time.
But here's the crazy thing.
What?
That motherfucker had a monocle, bro.
Bro, he didn't.
Like, I will never. You will never be able to convince me about that.
I mean, I won't be able to, but he still didn't.
No, I don't care if you can't find it on Google. I don't care. Like, you can. The dark web might not even be able to have pictures of this, okay? And I'm still gonna believe this one.
You know, they actually made a movie about it, like towards the end of last year.
About what?
It was called Mandela Effect.
Oh, really?
It was whack though. I was kind of really disappointed by that. I didn't even know it fully came out for real. I think I saw it online. I was like, oh snap, that's out. Okay. Now, like, checked it out. It was, I don't know. Like, I saw the previews for it at first.
Trash.
Like, no, the previews look like it would be dope, kind of like, because I mean, I think the whole concept is kind of trippy and fascinating or whatever. But like, seeing the actual movie, I was like, this is stupid. Like, that's all I can like.
You know, another thing that's like trippy, like, it kind of reminds me of like the Mandela Effect, but not really. But it's still trippy, just like that. Like, you ever see that movie Benjamin Button?
Oh, yeah. When his whole life went back. He aged backwards.
Like,
that technology was pretty dope too, because they definitely made it look like the young Brad Pitt in that movie. I was like, that's trippy.
My dude Brad Pitt be playing in some crazy roles, man. Like,
oh yeah, Tyler Dalton.
Man, dude, like, Brad Pitt to me is like underrated, man. For real. Like, no. I watched a movie called Killing Them Softly last night. And it's by far the roughest role I've ever seen Brad Pitt play. Like, he plays like this hitman.
Okay.
Like, but it's not like no Mr. and Mrs. Smith hit, man. Like, I'm talking about.
It wasn't a romantic comedy. It was like a real.
It was like really dark and gritty. And like, it kind of gave you like that 1970s gritty feel.
Oh, okay.
Man, it was really gritty, man. Like, and he didn't talk too much either. Like, I've never seen him play a role like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, check out that movie, man. For real.
What you say it's called?
Killing Them Softly.
Okay. All right. It was on Netflix or something?
It's on Netflix now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, shit. Gotta check that out. That sounds trippy. So yeah. So Mandela Effect is I don't know, man. It's I think going back to that, like, the only thing that's like kind of really trippy about it is the fact that everyone remembers it. Not everyone obviously, but like so many people remember the exact same thing. So I mean, I get you. It might be some kind of like.
I definitely believe it's a conspiracy, man. It's just, it has to be.
I mean, and then if it's like an alternate universe, I'm kind of upset that we're in this one.
in 2020.
Yeah, 'cause I need to go.
Like, can we go back?
Like,
start over or something? Like,
I'm really want to start 2020 all the way over. It is so trash.
But it's actually starting in like 2019 over like during that end period. You could just feel that it was going to
that 2020 was going to be trash. You know what's funny too about that? Going back to our original topic, I was so excited last year about the fact that 420 was going to be a whole month.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh man, because like I was living in California at that point, bro, and it was just like,
I know that's a great experience.
Man, oh
like that's like a potty's dream. It's just to go to California, just smoke
man. They had this thing called, like I said, where I went last year. It's called like Hippie Hill, and Hippie Hill was so fire. Like it's just like thousands of people out there just smoking, like different cultures, like black, white, young, old, like all that was just out there, just smoking, like all united about the fact that like, hey, we all love weed.
Right.
Like,
you get cool chances like that in life sometimes, man. Just
man, I had to take it, but that's what I was saying. I was so hyped to be like back out there, but Corona.
Corona was fucking shit up this year, man.
Man,
it's doing us dirty, man.
A little bit. But yeah, so cool. So like we're gonna go ahead and wrap that segment up. So all right, we're gonna go ahead and move on here. All right, so the final thing we're gonna go ahead and touch on here today is something that's gonna probably make some people be like, fuck this channel. And that is politics, I guess. Well, I don't say I guess, but I mean, like, obviously politics, but like we want to talk about, I don't know, I guess everybody. Like, I was going to go ahead and say, we all know Trump is trash. I feel like Republicans and Democrats are both trash. And
they are today, I'll tell you that right now.
They are definitely today. I'm not gonna lie, they're both like pretty trash. Like,
almost make you not want to vote, man. For
I ain't gonna front, bro. Like, I was actually really active as far as voting and stuff. But you know what it was, man? Like, I rocked with that dude Bernie Sanders, bro. And then I seen like how they did him. Like how they did somewhat Andrew Yang, but like how they really did like Bernie with the whole stacking every single person up against them, and then like people pretending to be like, progressive people, and then all of a sudden, like, trying to, like, stay in the race just to screw them. Like, I ain't gonna say her name, but, we know who she is, we know what tribe she really wasn't from. So, like, that stuff was just kind of corny, and it was just like, dang, man, like, I be arguing, like, I be sitting there arguing that, like they're lesser, but like evil or all that kind of crap. But it's like, dang, y'all pulling stuff like that. What makes y'all different?
Yeah,
like,
man. It's the worst though, man. The worst is like talking to people that's like from the 60s and shit, man. Like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, man. You can't tell them shit about Joe Biden, man. For real.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. Like,
they do Joe Biden like how
that's they do, man. For real.
They do Joe Biden how Trump supporters do Trump. I mean, like, you can't say nothing wrong. Like,
nothing wrong about that, dude.
They're gonna be like, what about? It's just like if you talk to a Trump supporter and then he'll like ignore everything, the context of what you're saying, just to be like, well, what about Hillary's emails, or what about Benghazi and all that other, or Obama wore a tan suit and all that other crap that they be on, whatever, right? So just like they do that, like you'll mention like, hey, wait, Joe Biden's been like accused of rape, like. And then they be like, whoa, Trump raped more. Like, wait, what? Like, is that a contest? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, hey, who can rape the most women? Like, that's how we like choosing presidents now? Like, cause like y'all was on the backs of everybody when like what was that dude, like Judge Kavanaugh? I think his name was, Judge Kavanaugh. And like, because a woman said that, and then he probably did do that stuff, because that dude was like trippy too, talking about, I like beer, I like beer. I was hanging with my friend Squee and Loop-de-Loop, and then we all was just hanging the time because we like beer. So like, so you had that weirdo that he was like, I keep a calendar, my calendar. I didn't do anything back then. I didn't drink, but I love beer. Like that was like his whole. So yeah, so like it was like, okay, you obviously lying, like, and then like the woman was like crying a little bit, so you can tell it really affected her, and like people dogging her, trying to like she had no benefit out of it. You know what I'm saying? So like I believe that woman, right? But then like the thing with Joe Biden come up. And then, like, this woman got proof that she worked for the man. There's, like, proof her mom called, like, Larry King to be like, hey, all this stuff. Like, how she even described how it is, like, it's how he talk. Like, come on, man. Like, all that stuff, like, especially when he talked to black people, like, when he was like, you ain't black. Like, he tries to put a little fake southern black vernacular where every time
Yeah, let's talk about that shit, man. Like, man, so I'm talking to this chick or whatever, right, man? Oh, dude, man. I don't even care. I'm telling this story, man. So I'm talking to this chick, man, and like, man, I don't know what it is, man, but if they rock with Joe Biden, they rock with him, man. She didn't even believe me when I told her that Joe Biden said it. Yeah, you ain't black if you ain't voting for me. I'm like, dude, like it was on the
said it. Like it's vocal. Like we heard it and we can play it. Like I'm saying, like this is his voice. Like actually, we got video of him saying, like, and just like with the rape thing, come on, man. Come on, man. Making up stories, talking about, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got, like, that's why I hate, I better not ever hear no white person say anything about black people's names and stuff like that. Because, like, if you listen to these, like, old rich white people and the nicknames that they supposedly got, what does this dude say? Like, he told that weird story about him living in working at a black pool, and a bad dude named Corn Pop came up to him and he had to say, hey, you get out here, Corn Pop. Like, who knows? Like, what is this? It was a book I read back in like elementary school, whatever. Like the Outsiders, I think it was. Like they had names like that. Like who named like Corn Pop,
bro?
Like it's like, what is this? Like this dude stay like making stuff up. What did he say? He said he got arrested with Nelson Mandela. Bro, going back to that,
He is literally the Democratic version of Trump, bro. Oh
man,
he's like a joke, bro. He's funny. Like,
it's funny how stupid he is. Like, and so it's just funny. Like, bro, like you can't tell me that white privilege ain't real, and the fact that like these two, all the people, like, these two is who y'all consider the best that y'all can get. Like, and old people telling all young people, like, oh, y'all don't know nothing y'all talking about. We want y'all to vote, but we don't want you to vote how you want to vote. So just vote the way we told you. No. So it'd be like, it's just...
No, you know, like the older generation excuse is for this, man. The first thing you'll say, you'll bring up the Bill Clinton crime. You know, that law that he had, the 3 strikes you're out ruled, that shit. And
they just like that he played the saxophone once and said that he didn't inhale weed.
Man, look,
like, that's all they need.
It's crazy, man. Like, they'll really sit up there and say, well, you don't know how bad crime was back then. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I know that
you not know how bad crime is now?
Right,
like,
and then y'all pretending like white people didn't commit crimes in the 90s. Like, y'all are because I even heard black people be like, I mean, the NAACP vouched for. I was like, so then they was wrong. You act like they can't be wrong together. like only one person can be wrong at a time. Like, he was wrong at 4 p.m. So dang, dog, you can't be wrong until 6. Yeah, like, because he was already wrong at 4.
They apologize and all that stuff, man. Look, I ain't hearing that shit, man. For real.
Most times they ain't even apologize. Like, Bill Clinton ruined that Monica Lewinsky girl's life and never apologized.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like, bro, you got a free.
Forever known as a slut.
That's all she's gonna be known as, and it's like, bro, like, you got some free head underneath the table. Like, you got to stick a cigar up a girl's cooch, and that's how you do her. Like, it's crazy. So I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, most of these people trash, and then like anybody who's like not trash for some reason, people be like, oh, he doing too much. Like, oh, how dare he? Like, how dare he want to help people? Like, no, we gotta help these banks, man. We gotta go ahead and help these. What else? Like, we got to go ahead and bail out the, what did they try to do? They try to give that Roof Chris restaurant $20 million, but then you giving everyone else $1,200. It will sum up everyone else $1,200. Talking about be happy, you can live off that. We don't got to pay nothing. We ain't got to pay for insurance and all that type of stuff, but you can live off that. Broke motherfuckers. Like, Like that's just crazy. So I don't know, bro. Like, my apologies, audience. We had a slight technical difficulty right there, but we are back. So
yeah, man, it's man, look, man, shit's just fucked up, man. Like, when I was living in this like Savannah, man, just a crazy story. Like, just a little bit about racism, but you know, racism still in the line of politics. I'll mention it. It's this place called Sticky Fingers.
the rapper.
No, Sticky Fingers is a restaurant.
I'm fucking with you. Old school. I kind of showed my age a little right there.
Yeah, like, so this is restaurant I used to go to called Sticky Fingers, man. It's a great fucking restaurant.
Uh-huh.
A couple years later, man, came back to Akron, and I wanted to take a trip down there. To get, you know, this food. Legend hears it that, you know, Steve Harvey, I'm not saying it's 100% true, Steve Harvey ended up suing them because they wouldn't serve him. They went out of business.
I feel like
it's like only one left.
I feel like because of how shady Steve Harvey is, there had to be extra context that we don't know. Because that dude be on trash. Like, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, he's doing that shit.
Because I think about that situation with him and Monique, and like there was no good guys in that situation. Like, because Monique was on trash because she thought that she was a bigger star than she really was, and then like he's sitting there talking about something. You basically got to sell. He like basically tell her like, your integrity don't mean shit. You gotta sell out. It's all about the dollar. You got to we got to tap dance for these white folks to get that money. Like,
yeah, I never fucked with Steve ever since, man.
Yeah, that was trippy. That was trippy to actually like hear him like saying that. Like he really was like shucking and jiving, and like, how you shucking and jiving in a private conversation?
Hey, he was Steven from Django.
Dog, damn near.
He said we got to tap dance.
Bro, he basically, he's like, man, screw your integrity. I was like, how you gonna tell somebody to screw their integrity? Like,
man, homeboy on Facebook told me, real shit. He said some of you motherfuckers would pick cotton if they paid you enough.
Facts.
Man, that shit crazy, man.
They will though.
He said if we don't tap dance for the money.
I mean, and that's the same thing as like going back to the topic of politics and stuff like that. People like to me, like I said, Trump is a piece of garbage. Especially like recently, I don't know if you heard, like he said he gassed like American citizens that so that he could take a photo op in front of a church he don't go to, holding the Bible upside down. Yeah. So like, dude is trash. But like, you can tell by how people switch off that if he was a Democrat, then there's Democrats that would have voted for him, and then they would be vouching for him. Because like, you got to look how you doing with Joe Biden. Again, talking about he raped less times than Biden. What's he said? Trump raped like 20 times. We only know he raped once. Like, man, that's our standard, bro. Like, that's how they looking at us, bro. Like,
I mean, Hillary and Trump was pretty bad, but this is even worse though. It's like, man.
Yeah, because like, at least you know what the thing is too, like,
it's so bad that you wouldn't even be mad if Trump was president still. Like, it's just like whatever.
Like, you know what I was like,
deal with it, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I kind of would, only because like I feel like right now with that whole gassing people, like that just like, I mean, he's done obviously horrible things, but like that like you gassed American citizens. Why you trying to talk about you the law and order? Like what is you doing? Like, you sent tear gas like on your people? Like, what kind of like Kim Jong-un stuff is that? Like, duh, that was
he taking it there.
So you can take a picture with like, it's like so obviously staged, because this is the same dude. They asked him what was his favorite, like, does he like the New Testament or Old Testament? Keep in mind, I ain't even religious. I'm like agnostic, so I don't buy into the Bible myself, but I understand that a lot of people find it important to them. They read the Bible, study the Bible. That's their life and what it's based on. I get it. Some people need that, and do you? But like, he obviously doesn't. And then tries to act like he like is this like, you're not religious. You didn't even know. He's like, yeah, so you like the Old Testament or New Testament? Both. Like, what? Like,
yeah, that's our president.
Yeah, bro. Like,
For real.
It's like, and I know this is gonna make some of his supporters mad because even though they call other people snowflakes, you say anything about Donald Trump, and they go, "Oh my God, how could you say that? I don't care what he's done." And just say y'all just don't like him. You're gonna ignore every reason you don't like him, but we're just gonna say you just don't like him because for some reason his orangeness doesn't appeal to you.
I mean, you have
that was bars, low key.
Yeah,
that was low key bars. So low key.
I mean, for real. Damn, bro. I don't know if I can convince myself to vote for that dude.
Oh no, I definitely can't. I can't vote for him. I don't care. I refuse.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's almost like you're okay with just letting Trump be the president for the next 4 years. Man.
It's this guy.
It's like you don't want him to be, obviously, but it's just like if it's between him or Biden, it's just like fuck it, like just whatever.
Kill me. But like I was listening.
Yeah, basically, like for real. Like,
I was listening to this dude, Kyle Kalinske, on YouTube. Dude, smart guy. He was talking about how. It's just like you're putting us like it's like we got to vote between David Duke and Richard Spencer. Like that's our options right now. Like so, I don't like.
It's like fucking Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Like who would you vote for? Like
yeah,
really.
I feel like I had a pretty good example already myself, but we can throw out another one.
Yeah,
so like,
I had to take it there, man.
See. Guess my example wasn't good enough.
I had to make it worse, man. I had to, man. I just had to, bro.
No, but like,
because that was really bad.
It was, but like, but yeah, it's like, how can you like? I mean, it's just this is what they wanted, bro. Like, this is what old people was like. Yeah, we want that guy, the guy who doesn't even know where he's at right now. We think that the guy who already was involved with a scandal with his son over like some working, I don't know, it was something hypocritical because it's like it was basically about nepotism, but it's like Trump's kids work in the White House, so it was some hypocritical stuff. But still got that they attacking you on, but all the people who didn't have any of those scandals, y'all like, oh no, screw that. And then like now they just like everyone has given up to the point where they wanted progressive changes and stuff like Medicare for all and all that type of stuff. Now they just like, oh well, can we like just get a black woman as a vice president? Can we get that, please? I mean, you're not going to give us anything else, but can we get that one little thing? You know, all you're going to do is just give us stuff about race because you're not going to give us anything of substance. So just go ahead and give. That's my old Democrat voice. But like, we're not going to give you anything of substance though. But we're just gonna go ahead and give. Yeah, we may we'll consider giving you someone black. Well, Kamala Harris, she'll bow down. Yeah, we'll think about maybe Kamala Harris. You know, maybe her like. Bernie? Oh no, hell no, screw it. Nina Turner? Oh no, hell no, not them black women. No, I mean not that black woman, not her. Okay,
Andrew Yang?
No, not him.
Damn sure could have a Chinese man.
Nah, that's the crazy part, right? Like I would love it. Like I said, Andrew Yang, he was cool. Like he wasn't my first candidate, but like he was smart and like, you know what it is. Even though like again, he wasn't really for Medicare for all that kind of stuff that's important to me. At least I could tell like he was honest, you know, like he was
real about it.
Yeah, he was real about his stuff or whatever, right? Like he was going into it with good intentions. Like even if I didn't agree fully as far as how he would implement it, I at least know he'll have good intentions behind it, right?
Right.
But like
it makes you live with it.
Yeah, you know, like I could live with that. Like same thing with who's another person?
That's like a person that if my candidate didn't win, I would be okay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
they lost all those candidates.
Yeah. Like, and then it like kind of crazy. It was just crazy to me that he like backed Biden. That let me know like it was obviously something going on. Like not to be that conspiracy guy, but like it's like dog, like all these people just dropped out like out of nowhere, and then bam, like let's back the old guy, and then like well, not even the old guy because the other old guy was cool, but they hated him. So like,
hey man, Trump wins by a landslide.
You know what? The only thing about it is the sad thing is that Trump is his own worst enemy because
he's always been,
But no, see now it's starting to because it's like okay, he does his terrible stuff. People rock with him, and then both of them, all they got to do is just let the other person talk. Like that's it. So like if Biden don't gotta do nothing. He never has because now he already couldn't go out past noon for his stuff. Is like all he had to do at the point once everyone dropped out was just sit back and watch Trump just look like an idiot. Like watch Trump decide to like.
So you think Biden's gonna win this?
I think he might. I don't want. But see, that's the thing. It's like me. My ideal situation would be if Trump won somehow, but we had like the Democratic House and Senate kind of situation. All of the stuff that he could do, he basically would get neutered. So like he couldn't like even with like the people try to say about the judges.
That's what I'm really gonna vote for.
I still just can't vote for Trump either. It's the same thing.
No, not him. Like the start looking at the House representatives.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly.
Yeah.
So they can neuter. You can have them. They neuter him. He can't do that. Like if people talking about, oh, like the judges. The judges. First of all, a Joe Biden select the judge ain't gonna be that much greater. He just won't be like far right. He just won't be Ku Klux Klan member kind of type. But he's still gonna be doing all the stuff that got black people locked up in the first place. But like if you get Trump, he's gonna always pick that just outrageous person, and Democratic Senate gonna be like, no, screw you, we're not accepting this person, and then bam, they're not in there.
I never thought the Democratic Party could be
so stupid.
So stupid, evil, I guess, man.
They're like willfully ignorantly and like being willfully ignorant and then just completely incompetent. Like because even with this whole the primary, like they played chess to try to defeat their own member Bernie. But when it comes to Trump, like they play like checkers, but like checkers for dummies. Like it's like playing bowling, like bowling with the gutters. Like there's no skill to it at all because all they do is react.
Right.
And like, oh my God, look! Like they still try to do the whole, oh my God, look how terrible Trump is. Like this is the thing though. Like we already know Trump is terrible. What are you bringing? But they don't want to bring nothing. So they just want to sit there and just keep try to hold. Even with Biden, it's so ironic too because you know how Trump's whole slogan was "Make America Great Again." You know his MAGA hats, right?
Yeah, the MAGA hats.
Yeah. So that's essentially what Biden's whole campaign has been: "Make America Great Again." We want to go back to these old times, but like, yo, these old times weren't great for everybody. Even under that Obamacare, you had all these people uninsured, people can't afford it. I had a situation myself. I went to the hospital. I had to go in. I wanted to get surgery. Everything was straight. It was in network, all that crap. I go, have the surgery. All of a sudden, like a month later, I get a bill for $25,000 talking about they took themselves out of network. And it's like, yo, like, this is BS. Like, I did everything right. So, that's one of those things. It's like, that was under Obama. The Flint water crisis was under Obama. So, but people like looking at it in comparison, they're like, well, Obama was better than Trump. Yeah, but he wasn't great.
You know what, man? Like, I want to say something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Obama, you know what I'm saying? But, like,
I hated him. I voted for him both times.
Yeah, like I did too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't know that much about politics back then, I'll be honest. Like, I was like, I was 18.
Yeah, you know.
When he first got elected and stuff like that. So, I mean, I was younger. I didn't know that much.
Yeah. You really didn't start knowing about politics till, like, the end of, like, his term. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like...
Hell yeah, because Trump's election was on my birthday.
Like, but if it's between Reagan... If it's between Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama, and Trump... He still is the best president out of all them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, he was. So it's like...
By a landslide.
Yeah. So, but then if you put like Jimmy Carter, if you put Kennedy, you put FDR into it, then he's not. Especially FDR is like one of the best presidents we ever had because that dude actually wanted to like help people. That's why when everything messed up, they did a lot to screw it that he couldn't have somebody follow up just like him. He did. I think when he served 3 terms... That's where they put term limits on because of him. He was that popular.
He was that good.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. And, like, some of the hate Obama get is not his fault. Like, obviously, there's a lot of racism towards him. Obviously. We all know that.
I think JFK is like a 50-50 for me.
I mean, JFK was working with MLK, though.
Yeah, man. But it's like...
You see everyone else was trying to kill him.
Yeah, man. But I think it's a hidden agenda behind that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's some stuff we don't understand.
There's always stuff we don't understand, yeah, but from what we know...
I don't even think we know anything about that shit for real. Like, Because it's all types of conspiracies why he was killed, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, they always
All
think
the time.
conspiracy as far as who did it. I never really. It's pretty obvious why he was killed.
Nah, man, but it was like it's other stuff though. Like you got like it's like first there was one conspiracy that he was trying to like, um, that he was trying to help black people. That's like the one conspiracy.
I mean, that was actually real. That wasn't really. That's what I'm. But
No,
that's what I'm saying. That's the real reason.
They got the other reasons for like like they felt like he knew too much. Like you know what I'm saying?
It was a Kennedy. They like royalty for America.
Yeah, it was royalty. He knew too much. Like it's all types of conspiracies. You know what I'm saying? Like just like it's like conspiracies about Martin Luther King. It's all types of conspiracies about Kennedy, man. Like that we'll never know about. You know what I'm saying? That you always have to.
Yeah, I mean, but even with those, they don't really change like as far as like what he was doing and trying to do and everything. So like, I don't know. He was cool. Like he was, even though he was a rich dude, he still looked like he was trying to look out for people. So that's still what's up.
Yeah.
That's like, another person that was running that I could have bit my tongue. I mean, not bit my tongue. I could have like rocked with.
Killed his entire family, by the way. They killed his entire.
Oh yeah,
family.
man.
That's why I said it just feels like it's
the Robert Kennedy, all that.
Yeah, man.
There's a couple Kennedys alive now though, but like still, like their family got taken out.
Yeah.
But it was another dude. I think his name was Tom Steyer. That dude, he was a billionaire, but like, and again, it was another thing like Yang. Like I don't agree with everything he was talking about, but I could tell he had great intentions. Like as far as something even like climate change or something like that, dude was on it. So I could have been like, okay, I'm not gonna get this, but I'm gonna get that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like Biden be like, I ain't giving y'all niggas shit. Just vote for me because Trump sucks. Like that's all he is. Is like,
yeah, basically.
Yeah, Trump sucks, so vote for me. Don't worry about what I did because my record was perfect, even though it wasn't. But still, like,
yeah, basically,
I'm gonna ignore everything you say. I'm gonna tell you you're lying about everything that you can pull up that it was negative about it because I'm gonna pretend like I felt something differently, and I don't care what video footage you have of me saying what. Like that's how he is.
Like, he really trying to be a thug, low key about it. Like, bro.
No, he's just a grumpy old man. He like the dude from Gran Turismo. Like he a grumpy ass old man, but I don't see him taking a route that dude from Gran Turismo took. Like,
yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Like Biden is all like, hey, I wanted y'all to know that y'all black, y'all black, and we're gonna take y'all black people for granted. So I don't care about you. So hey, but I'm gonna smile in y'all churches though, because like all y'all niggas go to church. So like that's how, like, so y'all should, so y'all should like me now. Don't worry about my policies. That's not important. Don't worry if I put a crime bill that locked up all y'all people. Don't worry about that though. Like that's really how it is, bro. Like I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We're living in some crazy times, man.
Man, I know, right? But hey, what can we do? All right, but yeah, we're gonna actually go ahead and wrap it up on that one. That one went a little bit long, but I mean, hey, it's real stuff, man. At least y'all know where we coming from and everything, like we will never leave this podcast not knowing how we feel for real, with my opinionated ass. So, all right, like I said, this is West Meets World. And because he forgot his name all of a sudden, we got Ryan the car guy. So,
I'm just high, man.
He's high. I'll give him that. But yeah, man. So
it's also the first episode. You know what I'm saying?
We good, man. Hopefully they love it, bro. So yeah. All right, but yeah, like I said, we out till next time.